I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
thank you. If we can have a roll call, please, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Knapp. Here. Mr. Simonelli. Here. Mr. Wright.
Here.
Mr. Druschel.
Here.
Mrs. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Orr.
Here.
Mr. Mayor.
Here.
Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Here.
You're here.
I'm here. If we could have a motion to approve the minutes from our October 20th meeting. Motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, George. And a second.
Why not?
Tim, okay, thank you. Any discussion on the minutes? We're okay? Call for a vote. All those in favor of approving our minutes from October 20th, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We approve our minutes. If we can have a motion to approve our bills that have been paid since our last meeting. Motion, please.
I'll make that.
Thank you, Jean. And a second. Someone?
I'll second.
George, okay. Any discussion on our bills?
Yes.
Doc?
I was wondering why we are paying for governor's air tank inspection.
Yeah, I also questioned that. That's a first.
I think it's probably just because we always have.
Huh?
I think it's just because we always have.
Really?
And so the bill was actually sent here for that.
We always think.
See that before.
It used to be included with our tank inspection when we used to have a tank big
Oh,
enough, but
okay.
we don't have a tank anymore.
Yeah.
So there's a history there.
And when he comes, he used to just do both at the same time because we're under the same insurance.
Yeah.
They do the inspection for the insurance
Okay.
reasons. That's,
Alright.
I guess if you wanted to stop,
No, if it's related to insurance, then we pay the insurances, I guess
Yeah,
that there's logic
yeah.
there. Yeah, okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I
okay.
just didn't understand.
I agree.
no, it was a good question. It's
Yeah.
fair.
I would question that.
I got one more question. On page 5 of 7, we have concrete for 139 Owen Avenue. Why are we paying for the concrete?
So what happened is they recently had their, part of their driveway and sidewalk replaced, and then we had a leak on our side of the water service.
Okay.
So we had to dig up their concrete.
Ah,
So because it was just done, we paid a contractor to come in and do it.
I just wondered why.
And it was the same contractor, so this way, if something happens in the future, we kind of washed our hands of it.
Yeah,
Once we used their contractor to come and refor
okay,
the concrete.
very good. That's all the questions I have.
Thank you. Any other discussion on paying our bills? We have a motion to approve the bills. Call for a vote. All those in favor of approving the bills, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we'll pay those bills. At this time, we'd like to have our comments from the community. We do have Steve and Jay on our agenda. If you could come and tell us what's on your mind, Steve.
Alrighty. I made you guys some information packets. This is also, it's obviously the skill games. Because I think everybody needs to be brought up to speed on this, what exactly is going on with this. Wrong?
Sure. Steve got a yellow one, I got a black one.
Yeah, I got
That's
switched
what
it
I
out
was
for you.
gonna say.
Serious here.
I'm just kidding.
If you're Fran yellow, good job working the door election day, by the way.
You got a
Yellow or
blue one.
black?
Oh, I don't care.
I said, Tim, that.
Does anybody else want one? I have extras.
Yeah.
Anybody over here?
No, I don't.
Basically what this is gonna be, it's gonna be a little more educational than anything, okay? About how this whole skill thing has been going, and what's going on, what's gonna happen, blah, blah, blah. Philadelphia is the one who started this whole thing with these ordinances. And they did this in 2022. And in 2024, they updated the ordinance with different language, basically taking away from stores, non-PA regulated, like you guys did. Okay. This was challenged by Pace-O-Matic, the skill game manufacturer. And in March 2024, the Philadelphia Council enacted a second ordinance regulating gambling machines and skill machines, which amended and substantially replaced the first ordinance. So Philadelphia basically did two ordinances, and then it was challenged in court. And they lost in court with this particular language, and that was on December 6th of 2024 in a 7-0 ruling. This language that's in this Philadelphia ordinance is the same language that the Girard Borough used. Okay, so that language is already invalidated by the Commonwealth Court in a 7-0 ruling. And I wanted to let you guys know that particular language has already been invalidated by the Commonwealth Court. And in those, the Philadelphia ordinance is in there, the rulings are in there. But I feel like somebody jumped the gun on this, and in haste, no one double checked the court rulings, but all the rulings are in there. Now, Ben Salem, PA, also copied the Philadelphia ordinances, word for word. And when they tried to they passed it, signed it. Pace-O-Matic called Ben Salem and said, "Hey, this particular language has already been shot down by the Commonwealth Court." Okay. Ben Salem put the ordinance on hold. The Ben Salem ordinance is in there too. Okay. Meadville has also passed an ordinance, but of a completely different kind. They kind of made it. I tried to find it, but I couldn't. It's not online anywhere. They kind of made 3 areas of Meadville where the skill games could be, but they also grandfathered in where the games are now. Pace-O-Matic agrees with what Meadville did, so they're fine with what Meadville did down there. In closing, I believe this ordinance, I mean, I don't think it should have been enforced. I really don't, because the way that the court rulings are. I hope you guys can check on this. I did put a demand letter in there. I feel like there's some things the borough should fix with notifying the citizens of pending ordinances and not just the public notice anymore, because this is the modern world. We have social media. Robert's got the most ultimate thing, the text message system, which I'm sure we're paying 60 to 80 bucks a month for. Could be used more. The pending ordinance section on the website for the Girard Borough has never worked. I've been checking that for well over a year. It has a 404 error code, which means the index page is missing. So, I mean, we should probably be using that things. But you can see that in my demand letter. Thursday, the PA Supreme Court is going to hear the appeal for the December 2024 ruling. So they should start hearing that case Thursday, depending on whatever happens with their schedule. But end of next week, we might have a new rule. So that's where we're at with that. And I wanted to make you guys aware of that. Okay,
Very good, yes.
cool. Any
Thank you.
questions?
Thank you. Well, you've given us some homework here, so.
Yeah, please look through it.
Look through and,
I have one.
okay, go ahead.
You're aware that it's on appeal, I think you just.
It is on appeal. I just said that,
And
yeah.
Are you aware that the original decision, even though it was reversed by the Commonwealth Court, is not final? That it's not overturned, and neither is any of the other ordinances until the Supreme Court rules? Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not aware of that. I'm not an attorney, so.
Well, I didn't expect you
Yeah.
to be an attorney. Though it seems you got a good handle on it.
Yeah, I tried to do my best to educate you guys, so that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My observation on it, sir, I would just say you're optimistic if you think you're gonna know it.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. It's usually, I kind of noticed from
It could be
looking on the,
years.
I kind of noticed that it could be months, it could be years. We don't know. The 2023 ruling took 16 months.
Right.
So,
I was gonna say, thank you for putting these packets together, because this is a lot of work. I've put a lot of packets together in my day. That's a lot of.
something I haven't done, and something I haven't done in a long time. I used to do a lot of this stuff maybe 15, 20 years ago.
No, thank you for doing
Yeah,
that.
you're welcome.
Thank you. We also have a request from Al Noble to speak to council. Al?
I have several things, so bear with me. First of all, not to upset anybody, but following up on this, in the 36 years I sat back there, as far as I know, I never voted for an ordinance to take money out of the pocket of any of our business people. And I say, shame on you for doing that. Okay, 36 years back there, 58 years as Lake City firefighter. I've always worried about safety in this community. So, Rob, are we still replacing streetlights with LEDs every year?
As needed?
Okay, I would like to see LEDs at the intersections for safety reasons. They're a lot brighter. A lot of these intersections with those lights we have now, they're not that bright. A lot of goofy people walking at night in dark clothing, it's hard to see them. So I'd like you to consider that coming up in the future. Rice Avenue, Hathaway, streetlights. Traffic lights. I've talked about this for years. Those need updated. Those things I think are damn near as close to old as I am. I'd like to see what we have up here. That's a state highway, should be able to work with PennDOT, get the updated lights in here so it works right. I mean, I've sat on Hathaway Street and there's nobody on Rice Avenue ever, and you gotta sit there and you sit there and you sit there. You can't make a left-hand turn because there's no controls. That's why a lot of people who don't have patience get angry and do stupid things and make turns they shouldn't. Crosswalks. I brought the information in here a number of years ago from PennDOT. What's a legal crosswalk? 2 white stripes across the road is not a legal crosswalk. They have to have the diagonal hash marks on them. Good lawyer and the right amount of money, if there's an accident, one of those, they're going to win. That's something that's got to be taken care of. Hotel Park. What happened to the hotel memorial that was supposed to be built there?
It's on
Is
its
it?
way, yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to find out because I know that was part of it.
We ordered it the other day, and it takes a while to construct it. They should get it.
Okay, we're still going to use the bricks and the photo and everything.
We opted out of the bricks now.
We're not going to use.
We use photos, but not the bricks.
Okay.
You know the Fresco, you can see kind of how they have they talk about birds and they have a platform.
Oh, that
Kind of
time? Okay,
we
yeah.
use that in,
That'll hold up a lot
There'll
better.
be a picture of the hotel park with a description, a little bit of its history. There'll be a picture of the Erie Canal and its description. And the brick thing, good idea, but over time, maybe the bricks come apart and whatever. But
Yeah, they weren't in too good a shape when we took it down.
Yeah, so we
Okay, I was just wondering.
This better option, right?
And then second of all, last couple of years I was on council. I talked about this, and I've been off almost 2, so that's 4 or 5 years now. Playground. the matting. It's out of compliance. It's been out of compliance. I don't know what's in your budget. Is it gonna be fixed this year?
It's in our budget.
It's in the budget.
Fantastic. Because if not, I was gonna go over your heads. Thank you.
Thank you, Al. Good stuff. Would anyone else like to speak to council? Step right up.
No, go ahead.
I am new up here, Dave Schellenberg. Going back to the intersection of Rice and Route 20, when you come up Rice Avenue at night, the no turn on red sign isn't visible at all. During the day it might, but you come up Rice Avenue at night and that sign's hidden by the traffic lights and you can't see it. Please take a shot at that and get your own opinion, but I might be old and blind and that's it. Also, back at the end of July, I talked with Chief Rafferty, and unfortunately he's not here, but his boss is, about cars that are parking across the sidewalk. And I really didn't have too much of a concern until my illness, and they said, you gotta walk. You can't drive, you gotta walk. And then that's when I found out a lot of these cars are in the way. You gotta go out into the street. And I've watched since then, babies carts, people walking down the sidewalk, and they gotta go out in the street, come back in. And he said there was a state ordinance, and I didn't bring it with me, but he had it, and it prohibits parking, blocking a sidewalk. And there's 3 of them on Spruce Tree Drive. I'll give you the addresses if you want them. It's 928, 953, and 975. And these numbers that I got here are from 30 days from October 20th till November 14th. And those 3
Our regular,
uh-huh.
our regular.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say they're 80% of the 30 days they were blocking the sidewalk. Day, night, middle of the afternoon, it didn't really matter. There's one over.
I'm sorry, sir, by a lot, just the bumper, the whole.
Oh, the whole car.
Sorry to
Quite
interrupt.
often the rear tires are parked on it, and that puts the whole back end out toward the street.
Okay, thank you. Sorry to interrupt you.
And 908 on Juniper, and it's a corner place. But they got 2 cars, and when the second one's there, it's on the sidewalk. 908 Juniper. Then we'll go over to Aurora, and we've got a constant blocking there of 928 and 932. Now there was a lot of parking on Dewey Drive, and I don't know who got the word out, but they're not doing it anymore. And I think that's what you need to do, is get the word out to these people and say, you can't do this. And I knew it was gonna, well, it really hadn't gotten any worse since the parking rules went in effect, because the same ones here are the ones that were doing it back in July. So those are 2 things I'd like to take under consideration. Thank you for your time.
Dave, in our packets, we received monthly police report. And we did have in this police report, does anyone know the count? I'd have to scroll down and find maybe. We did give tickets for parking on the sidewalk this month.
I saw last month's report, he had 1.
We have, is it 5? Does anyone have it? Like I said, I have to scroll way down to find it. But we are giving tickets for parking on the sidewalk.
Okay, but I took this up till Friday,
Okay,
It's fine.
for 30 days.
it's fine.
Yeah.
There are 5.
Okay.
Mhm.
Someone addressed me about 2 days.
But
Huh?
I got tickets.
yes, having the address is excellent. We'll follow up on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you have a question for me?
No,
You just wanted to interrupt me there. Huh?
no, I asked a question I wanted to ask. How much do we vote?
Oh, that, okay.
Dave, you're walking these days.
No, I'm driving,
Okay.
but I still look. That sort of taught me a lesson about, in the sidewalks. I did the, Lake Street, sale with a walker.
Yeah.
And not only are they some uneven, but just plain rough with a walker. I mean, they're level across, but
That's a work in progress. So it's
so
nice to see a vertical anyway.
yeah, it was. I should go there for a couple
Oh,
days.
yeah.
Can I add one more thing with
Okay.
that?
Thanks, Dave.
It's, the sidewalk that's, on Hathaway Street at the railroad tracks. You have to walk out into the street and on the street and then get across the road before you get onto another sidewalk. That's Borough property there. Maybe there's a sidewalk to be put in and a new cross over the railroad tracks to make that all one unison road there. Cause there's no way to get, especially how busy Hathaway is there in the corner.
Mhm.
You know, it's really, really it should help out all the pedestrians that are in that area. And there's a lot of people that use that road.
Yeah, that is a little funky there. I used to walk my dog quite a bit, and that was always kind of an issue when you get to that end there.
You know, you got a barricade system up there right now. EMSCO, they put a brand new sidewalk in, but the borough didn't. Borough property on the other side.
Would anyone else like to speak to council this evening? Yeah,
I have one other issue I forgot to bring up, it's on the back.
go for it.
Talking again about, Main Street at Rice and Chestnut. There is an issue with the people that are westbound and have to turn onto Chestnut. As you know, eastbound has the turning light for Rice Avenue. And then it turns green and they both can go. And then that turning lane shuts off red. Well, if there's a lot of cars there and you're sitting there trying to turn on Chestnut, you can't see. I don't know how many times we've almost been hit because you can't see the cars coming up through when you think you have the right of way to turn. So I don't know if there's something can be done with PennDOT on that issue or not, but that is a dangerous turn for any of us that have to turn onto Chestnut.
Going west. Going
Yeah.
west.
If you're heading west, you want to turn onto Chestnut. You can't see over the hill if there's a bunch of cars, especially if there's a semi sitting there.
Anyone else?
I got one more.
Okay.
Can we get a 4-way stop sign at Olin and Prospect Street? There's an issue there. There's a group of cars that are parking on the west side facing south. So if you're heading east across Prospect Street, when you get to Olin, you have a line of cars there. Now, if there's a car traveling north and they are behind those cars, you cannot see them. And you will get a surprise when you try to go out.
Is that a business that's parking on Prospect or are those? just
Well,
small?
you have the business there, that big green building, the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who those cars are because sometimes they end up in the parking lot of that building. But most of the time they're right there on the corner going down. And if you got a small car traveling north, you can't see it behind those cars. And it's become a problem since they started parking there.
Okay. We're good? Moving on to our council committee reports. Anyone?
We'll go back here.
You have something from the West County Communications Center. You have that in our packet.
Anyways, with the West County candidates and the comm center, if they wanna have those groups meeting at the same night, and where the comm center only meets quarterly. And the idea was to have the representative from Girard Borough would only have to go to one meeting. So it would be on the same night as what it is. They're not gonna be merging. I'm not saying as far as the bylaws or changing anything like that. It's just the two groups want to meet the same night, to go over any problems at the building or if there's any problems that come up.
But the paramedics do meet more often.
Right, they meet every month.
Yeah, so is it the plan to have someone from council attend every month?
That's why we have representatives.
But every month, but,
But,
well, we do, but, so it would be the same person then.
yeah,
There you go. So it wouldn't be someone from the comm center and someone from the paramedics for council, it'd just be
Correct.
one person.
one person.
Okay, so we're covered.
Yeah, because I think it's Doug that goes, right?
Yes.
Right. So what you,
That would work.
yeah, that was what you want to do. Nothing's put in right now, it's down the road.
So would there still be, so there would be no more comm center meetings, or would they still have a quarterly meeting?
They would just have a quarterly meeting, which would be the same night as with the paramedics.
But it'd be a separate meeting.
Yeah. Go over any
Okay,
problems.
do you have a comment on the change in the budget? Anything?
They increase the budget.
Yeah.
Each municipality will be doing 2,000 for the year. And then it has to be, and what's presented
Yes,
for him.
okay.
Yeah.
Everyone is aware of that? That was in your packets, the new budget? Any other committee report? John?
Yeah, the EMA, emergency management, one of the things that's brought up about the budget is you can pay for a year or you can pay it by month. Whatever is easier for Rob to do, we can do that.
It'll be a year in advance then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other thing is, we finally have got in our bylaws, for the emergency management coordinator, his duties that he should do for the year. We
job
never had
description?
that before. So we finally sat down and wrote up a plan for the emergency management coordinator to make sure he does these things over a year's time. That's about all.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
what the agreement was, that it outlines his duties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was left for council at your places tonight.
Thank you. Anyone else? Allow me to comment on Dover Hose. We have an event going on now. Yeah, we have two anonymous donors that are matching donations now until December 20th. And the request is that donations be made here at the borough office or online with Dover Hose. I currently have 3 donations I just picked up out of our donation box, so it's off to a good start. In 2024, the end result was $16,260 we received. The last year and this year, the funds are being designated for our new fire truck. It's called a rescue engine, but it's I guess fire truck is good enough for the general public at this point. In your packet, I included a letter that I wrote explaining something that is required by law, and that is that we have an annual report to the council that explains how taxpayer funds are being used for the fire department. As you know, we have a monthly stipend that we submit to Dover Hose, and that letter explains how that money is being used. When we first started doing this, I'm gonna say 8 years ago, I don't remember when, we specified that, any funds that we provide would be used for debt reduction. And so, this letter explains just that, it's debt reduction for the mortgage. Borough has a monthly mortgage payment of $4,780 for their new building. And there's a 40-year mortgage, and there's about 26 years left on that. It's very heavy on interest at the beginning of the first years of the mortgage. And eventually the interest will go away and it'll be 100% principal. I don't have that date, but I think it'll be coming up here within the next 4 or 5 years.
Did you say this letter's going out to everybody?
No,
Or can the general public see this information?
It's in our packet.
I mean, if somebody
Yeah,
should ask,
in compliance with the state law, it needs to be provided to council.
just the council,
Yeah,
okay.
but if you would want to put that on our website, that'd be fine. If you need a digital copy, I can provide that.
No, I think so.
Okay, sure, that'd be fine. And the numbers are all in there, monthly payment,
Right,
amount of interest, amount of principal.
especially how long for the mortgage.
At the time, it was, this is before my time, but I understand getting a mortgage was difficult at that time. And they pretty much had to accept the terms that were given them. 40-year mortgage, really high upfront interest. Also in your packet is a copy of our 2026 budget. And I'd like to point out that our budget for next year is $30,000 less than it was for this year. The reason for that is because the West County Paramedics Association is handling the largest percentage of our ambulance calls. So we no longer have the expense and the income. So the end result is a budget that's $30,000 less than next year. You have a copy of the budget in your packet.
That's the fire department budget.
Right,
Yes, fire department. If anyone has any questions on that, I can talk about it. I'm available to do that. Don't need to do it at the moment.
How is the membership of the Borough?
Steady.
It's gone up and down, right?
Oh, it flows. Yeah. We've had a lot of longtime members who are actually aging out. Some are past the age of fighting fires. I think age 60 is the cutoff age for that. We do not have any junior members at this time. That was a nice program. We had junior members could come to us at age 14, and some of them are still with us. They're adults now, so they've trained and gotten certifications. That's a good program. It'd be nice if we could reinstate our junior program, but the kids just don't seem to have time for this anymore. We'll see what happens.
Are they promoting that in the schools at all?
You know, I don't believe so. I have spoken to Dave Coma about some other things, and we did discuss the possibilities, but nothing has been instituted.
Yeah, that would probably be a good avenue. Maybe just something, or maybe, take the kids on a field trip to the fire hall.
They do, see, in New
Do
York.
they?
No, New York State has a regular course.
Well, we need to do that here in Girard, Pennsylvania. Maybe try to light a little spark in, one
We
of their
do
little
have
heads.
a fire prevention week that is all done at the elementary school.
Elementary.
Yeah, we do that every year, and we combine that with Lake City Fire Company. And it's very well received. The kids go home and practice, stop, dropping, and rolling. And, the kids they're very intent on, our fire prevention, training. But, it would be nice, if, we had something for the older students. One other thing, over this weekend, we had a training, a 3-day training program. It's called RIT training, Rapid Intervention Team. And it was done at the house at 129 Church, that belongs to the cemetery. And as I explained in the past, that house is available for us to be training, and we had a number of different training programs there. But this weekend, on Friday was classroom, and Saturday and Sunday was at the house. Rapid RIT training, rapid intervention, is a unique program because it's all firefighters concentrate on getting people out of buildings. This training is to get the firefighters out of buildings. So they know, when they arrive on a scene, they know who from their fire company is in the building, and they know if they don't come back out, and they know if they have to go back in. So you need certification for this to be on the RIT team. And that's what this was all about this weekend. We had state instructors who certify this sort of thing. And having this, I wrote a letter to the cemetery board explaining what we do and how valuable it is, and showing our appreciation for allowing us to use that house. They,
Don't we have to wait so much time after you do this for somebody to come in to inspect the building as far as,
before
burned or anything?
Yes, the building is slated, we're planning to burn the building, the controlled burn over 3-day event. And prior to that, there'll be asbestos removal.
Right.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
The furnace, the water heater, kitchen range, that all needs to be
So
removed.
this could be like 2 months or 3 months down the road. before it's
Right
done.
now, we're looking at April. And we'll be removing the aluminum siding for the building, but we decided we will wait. We don't want to do that because the building looked really bad between now and April. So we'll do that just prior to the burn. The burn, again, is a 3-day program with state instructors, and will allow a number of different certifications. This RIT training, they do things like they removed the basement window, and so the training involved extricating a firefighter in full turnout gear with a backpack on his air pack, and they removed that person through the basement window. In some cases, they would remove, if there's a room up by itself, they'll knock a hole, and can't get in, they'll knock a hole through the wall to extricate a firefighter. Something else they've done there, they did a hole through a wall at floor level between the kitchen and the dining room, and it's just between the 24-inch studs, this high, and firefighter needs to be able to crawl through that opening with an air tank on that. Al, maybe you know more about this than I do. Do you think of anything to add?
That's a new one to me.
Okay.
It's been a few years since I've had any training.
Yeah.
Al was before it.
Before air tanks.
Yeah, the RIT team aren't allowed to fight the fire. They are there outside with their packs on, waiting for something to happen if they are needed to go inside. So they aren't fighting the fire themselves.
Okay.
They're just there, standing by with packs on. In case somebody goes down in the building, they can go in and retrieve them.
Very good. rapid intervention.
Rapid.
Okay. That's all I have on, top of this committee. Thank you. Moving on to our administrative reports, our engineer, Mark Corey.
Yeah, Rob has two items on the agenda. The NPDS permit for the wastewater treatment plant application needs to go in 6 months in advance of the expiration of the permit, which will go in here the next month or so. And we've talked about the LSA grant, the local share account, it's a state grant, up to $1 million. We're going to apply for $1 million for to address the lead and copper rule for our water system. We're going to focus on the water connections on Rice Avenue. That application goes in by the end of next week.
And you told us that's very competitive.
Because there's no match required, there'll be thousands of applications. The 2024 awards have not been made because the state budget was delayed for so long. Normally the applications would be acted on about this time of the year. So we're still waiting on the state to announce awards for the 2024 round. And it would be expected that this time next year, we would hear about awards on the applications that will go in next week. So it would be great to get that. And in many cases, a partial grant award would not benefit the applicant. We would take anything we get. So it's not an all or none. Sometimes it's a partial grant. So cross our fingers.
I got a question for you, Mark. The CBG grant money, okay? That drive that goes down to Waterworks. The only reason I brought it up is because Wattsburg, for this last round, got money granted for their drive to the ball field and for the pavilion. Would it help for us to go ahead and apply for that drive?
Well, as you know, the requirements for the CDBG program are it benefits a majority low to moderate income population. So you would have to explain to me how that would qualify.
You say Union City was funded.
Wattsburg,
Or what?
Wattsburg, they, right, for their drive.
Was that somehow ADA accessibility to the ball field? I'm not sure.
Part, but then they also did the cement, for the pavilion, they already had the pavilion, and they put in the floor, they're gonna put in the floor. And then they also did for the drive back to the field. That's what I was wondering, we already have down there, like for the pond and all,
You can always call them, right?
what's it?
You can always call them. Find out.
Well, Tony's really, but that's what I wondered, is it worth it pursuing it?
We could ask the question. Wattsburg may be a low to moderate income. Their population block may have qualified
Okay,
based on income. I
okay,
don't think that would be true in Girard, but we could explore that before the next round.
right, okay.
Gene, when you talk about, what are you talking about? Which roadway?
Back to the water,
The down, the part that's paved down
Mhm.
at the bottom of the hill?
all the way down.
So all the way down to the bottom of the hill, or then
Mhm.
take a right, go on a dirt road, or you're just talking about the part that is paved right
This
now?
part is paved.
Okay. It does need some work, yeah. run up
Yeah,
that hill.
it does,
No, that's, yeah.
yeah. That's all.
That's all I have. Sure.
Next on our agenda is our solicitor, who's currently unavailable. So we'll move on to our road manager's report. Rob?
Item number 1 is resolution 1-11-2025. The Erie Area Coalition of Governments has proposed its annual budget for its financial activities for 2026 calendar year, which we voted upon for approval at their next meeting. So they're asking for this resolution to be passed in support of their budget. The budget and resolution.
The We can have a motion for resolution 1-11-2024.
I'll make a motion.
George, motion. And a second.
Gene, I'll second it.
Thank you, Gene. Any discussion on ECOG's budget? We have a copy of that. Looked it over. No discussion? Call for a vote. All those in favor of resolution 1-11-2024, signify by saying aye.
220.
25.
It's 25.
Right here, it's fine.
The actual resolutions are right,
1122025.
and the agenda's right too.
Signify by aye. Anyone opposed to this? Okay, well, we have a resolution for the ECOG budget.
Number 2, resolution 2-11-2025. On November 5th, the COG had a general assembly meeting where the members were presented with the results of the 2024 audit. I respectfully ask council to vote in favor. So it's just saying we received the audit that went out to council via email.
If I could have a motion for resolution 2-11-2025. A motion, please. Thank you, Doc. And a second.
Okay.
Jim? That was Jim? Okay, thank you. Any discussion? I think we're good. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we'll pass our resolution.
Item number 3 is the budget, the tentative budget for 2026 in the amount of $6,821,771 was adopted at the November 12th, 2025 meeting. The proposed 2026 budget includes the following increases: $2 toward the water bill, $2 toward the sewer bill, a 1 mil increase in the real estate tax, and a .0201 per kilowatt hour increase in the monthly electric billing. The budget also allows for $335,000 in general fund reserve money to be used for capital expenditures. The letter of explanation will be mailed out to all utility customers. The tax ordinance will be advertised and presented at the December 15th council meeting. I respectfully request council vote favorably on the proposed budget.
We can have a motion on our 2026 budget.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Doug. And a second, please.
I'll second.
Gene, thank you. Any discussion? It's, what can we say, huh? Everything just costs more. Unfortunately. Any discussion? All those in favor of passing our budget for 2026, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed to our budget? Thank you.
Thank you. Number 4 is the solicitor engineer service agreement. Copies of both agreements for the solicitor and engineer for council approval. They're the same as last year.
So moved. Thank you, Doc. And a second?
Second.
Yes, Doug? Thank you. Any discussion on our solicitor engineer agreements? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, we have our agreements.
Item number 5 is the reorganization meeting on January 5th, 2026. The Girard Borough Council will hold their reorganization meeting at 6 p.m. in the council chambers. This is your chance to chime in, Mr. Mayor, if you have anything to add.
You'll be swearing, go ahead.
You'll be swearing.
You'll be swearing.
I'll be swearing in. Also, I would like to have council and any guests stay for a little reception for myself afterwards in the social hall, if that works out like we did 4 years ago.
Oh,
Well, let's upgrade you.
Or upgrade.
Wow.
yeah,
I'll make that one. Jeannie likes shrimp, I know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah, it'll be very nice. We'll be swearing in 2 new members of council at that meeting.
Yep.
G.D. Green and Jeff Borough, welcome.
That's a perfect segue, thank you. That's a nice lead-in for number 6, Election Day. Congratulations to Council Members Miller and Druschel and the mayor for winning your reelection, and congratulations to Jeff Orr and Dee Dee Green on winning their council member seat. So thank you both for running and for winning. Looking forward to having you on board.
On this reorganization, I mean,
Yeah.
you need notaries.
Yes, please.
I can't remember.
Is that okay with you? Gene?
Right, it's George, I was gonna say, both of us gonna have to bring our stuff up.
You're both notaries? Oh, we have a,
But you'll have to,
That's fine.
I'll have all the paperwork ready for you.
okay.
so we'll be able to share your notary services.
Mr. Druschel, you have many hidden talents.
Didn't know about that. Okay.
It happens.
Item number 7, the remaining leaf pickup date is November 28th. I'm begging everyone, please put your leaves out the night before. I don't know what time they came this last time, but it was very early, and there are 5 that was missed. Yeah, we counted up to 5 that were missed. I think people tried to put them out in the morning. I'm not really sure. So what happens now when I complain to Waste Management, they have trackers on all their equipment. So when I ask them if they remember to collect us, they send me the map. And the first round of the map is the leaf pickup. The second round is the garbage pickup. Not to say that they never make a mistake. You know, maybe they drove by a couple of bags of leaves, but usually when people put leaves out, it's, you know, half a dozen or more. 'Cause end up getting a lot of
Did we have an issue last year with the snowstorm for that meeting?
We did, well, that's when it started, was actually around this time, right after Thanksgiving, right, all those weeks when they didn't pick up at all.
February, right?
Correct.
Well, that should be the normal pickup day because it's the
It
day
will
after
be.
Thanksgiving.
Black Friday.
Right.
It's not gonna snow this year. Number 8.
Or
You
wasn't
gotta
it?
be hopeful.
Can I quote you on that, Rob?
Sure.
Not that.
I write that down.
Trying to be optimistic.
I'm not worried about it.
Number 8, special thanks to Lake City Borough for allowing us to use some of their millings from their water line project. So these millings will become part of the Mission Well Road. So,
Are they working on that, Rob?
yeah, matter of fact, we received millings today.
That's, I was driving around there, I saw about that.
And the township is helping us by bringing in their grader to work on that road too. So kudos to Dennis and a special thanks to Lake City. They could have just kept all those millings for themselves, but they decided to share with us, knowing that we had a project. And, you know, we do work with Lake City quite a bit. I know maybe recently in the paper, it sounds like we don't always work together, but let me tell you, we do always work together. We work with all of our neighbors, and all of our neighbors work very well with us. Very blessed.
And unfortunately, our liaison with Lake City, Ginger, is not here this evening for the first time in a long, long time. And so, we want to thank Lake City and,
And of course, our mayors have a good relationship.
very good.
So special thanks to them. Number 9, Public Works. Leah Griffin started on November 10th. In the Public Works Department, Leah's previous experience with water and sewer utilities will be a great asset to the borough. She's trained for her CDL license in spring of 2026. She already has her water and sewer license. And our Public Works Department is now at a full complement. Hasn't been that way for quite some time, so. Once again, I have to thank Dennis McDonald for all of his hard work and bringing all the new people up to speed. Everyone seems to be progressing really well, and we owe a lot of that to Dennis. Item number 10, we just can't get away without talking about a big chunk of money here. The RBC bearings for the rotating biological contactor, the RBC. It's our secondary wastewater treatment system that follows the trickling filter that uses a series of plastic discs mounted on a shaft to stabilize organic matter. I know, TMI. Too much information.
More.
Oh, the shaft slowly rotates, exposing about, was that a good cue? Wow, about 40% of the disc to wastewater to cultivate microorganisms. So, we have American Resource Recovery. I know they're struggling with the shaft and with the bearing, but we're confident they'll get the job done. The cost that was, as quoted to us, was $17,536. I know we did talk about this, probably 6 months ago. And the bearings finally came in. We were finally able to get a date with American Resource Recovery. And I'm still hopeful that we'll have it done before Thanksgiving, or before we get that 3 to 5 feet of snow we were just talking about. Yes. What?
Joe, we didn't have your report. Do you have anything for us this evening?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay, thank you.
That's all I had.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to our mayor and the police department.
From the police department, we're gonna have Stuff the Truck and Cruiser on December 13th from 10 to 3. This will be the second annual. We're at John Eagle. They'll have a fire truck and also the police cruiser. Last year was very successful, and we're hoping for that again this year for our community food shelter or donation spot at the Methodist or at the Fairview Presbyterian Girard Presbyterian Church. So Christian covered. So that event will be happening on the 13th. Talked with Cal Piper about the sunflowers. They're planning on doing that again this year. They were harvested this past month. And we're working on some issues, talking to the fire department about some better parking next year for the sunflowers, but those will be in full bloom again for the 1st of August around Dan Rice Days. I know that Maureen Wright and George Druschel worked very hard to talk to all the residents on Pine Tree about some new trees. That if you haven't driven on Pine Tree, you should go out and look at the new trees. They're beautiful. I think there's 21 new trees. Also, Main Street received 3 new trees. Some of the spots where trees had died or had to be taken down. And also, I want to thank Dennis for helping the History Center on Friday for a couple hours. They had volunteers do their fall cleanup this year, and I think the leaves would have been right back in the gardens if the borough didn't have hauled them down to the recycling center. So that big thank you to Dennis for that. George, the team started to put up the Christmas decorations on the light posts today. They look very nice. I think that's going to be a great addition to our downtown. Opinions are like belly buttons. Everybody has one. There's been a couple comments about putting the green and the red trees together on one side of the street and the white and the blue trees together on the other side of the street. Not sure if that's politically correct or why, but I've had 2 people ask me if we could try to do it right this year. And I'm not sure, but
You're talking about
2 different people
you're
said
talking about
that.
the flagpole lady?
I'm talking about the Fred's melon trees. Those are the Christmas trees that go up in a pole. We have some on both sides of the park.
They
I
want
don't-
red and blue beside each other?
They want white and blue beside each other and green and red beside each other. I never heard of that, and I Googled it and it didn't hear of it either. So I don't know. I think I'll have to ask Siri or something. But 2 independent people that do, I don't know, decorations or said that it would be nice to put the white and the blue together and the green and the red together.
It looks like Dee Dee might have an opinion on this.
I don't know if they're up already.
You
I mean,
know, if I was decorating, I would probably do those combinations, but I think you could put them all together. It's fine too. Like I don't think they're.
The
They should be
colors
segregated.
offset each other. I think
Yeah.
that's what they do.
I did
Yeah.
say I'd pass it along, so I passed it along. I didn't know there was a difference, but I do think we have some beautiful Christmas decorations on our poles, and I know one community, we have a little Santa house and a Santa. In one community that I was reading about not too long ago, they also have a tub that you can have your family pictures taken in front of something in your park. I don't know if you've been to Lowe's or not lately, but they have the abominable snowman that's probably 30 foot tall. But anyhow, what they were asking or what the community was saying was a good idea have a place where people could come and take their family pictures in your borough park, with a nice background. I don't think we have to do that this year on short notice, but certainly we have the items to make a very nice background. So something to be thinking about for down the road. That's all I have.
Did you tell the person that asked, it was your idea to put the colors the way they were?
No, I didn't have anything to do with it. That's your standard issue.
Steve, you have a comment?
I'd like to chime in on the sunflower thing. Being the gardener that I am, I went up there pretty much right off the get-go for several weeks. Took pictures of the front and the back sides of the fields, posted them. A lot of people said, "Oh, where's that at? Where's that at?" And I told them. And actually, the Hagen History Center actually contacted me and asked me for permission to repost those photos, and I did. And it brought a lot of new people to town, and they came to my place, and they said, "Wow, this is great," you know. And you guys seen what happened this year with the parking and the people? And I was actually up there when the artist was putting up her photo booth, and I knew right then and there it was going to be a smash hit. I'm like, we got something. And you seen the turnout this year for it. I think next year is going to be even bigger. I think that could turn into like a family traditional thing because you had kids, little babies, we had it all. I think that's something we should probably really capitalize on. And you know, you guys did discuss the parking at the fire department.
We have
And,
discussed pretty much what you're telling us at the Chamber of Commerce meetings.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a big thing if they keep that going. And when I was talking to the artist, she said one of the problem was the people picking the sunflowers. So I'm thinking, I seen there was a gap between the sunflower field and the White House. You know, could we possibly put a patch that people can pick?
Designated picking area.
A designated picking area. You know what I mean? Because she said that was a problem. So, and I think if we did that, I think that would be pretty cool.
So
And
I-
sunflower heads are edible, by the way. You can grill them.
Make moonshine out of them.
Yeah, you can make moonshine out of them too.
Sunshine.
You can have some shine and a little food.
I did a lot of photo shoots there for families during the sunflowers, and there were a lot of people, I will say, not only picking the flowers, but that really big willow tree that's right behind the yellow house. There were multiple people like jumping on the branch, and I told people to stop, several people, but if there's a way to protect that so that the trees and things don't get damaged, that was just something I noticed being there as much as I was. So.
One other thing is I asked permission there from them. There's a lot of seeds still laying heads that probably fell over and stormed before they picked. And you can go up there and pick them now and feed your birds. And we did that. We got like 20 pounds in 3 minutes. And you just put in a bird feeder upside down and put birds come into it.
That was the area Greens went in there and brushed hog down so they could have an area to.
No, all the way up through. All the way up through. Yeah.
There are some big groundhog holes up there.
Oh, yeah.
I took my grandson, who's about this big, and we were walking, and my wife and daughter were talking, and Hudson was behind me. I walked by the big groundhog hole. I go, oh, I looked back. Just then, Huddy stepped in the hole. It was up to here. He broke her eye.
That's not a groundhog.
Whatever it was, big hole. Pull him out. I did pull him out. We may want to put some dirt in those holes.
And just to follow up with what Steve said, is the Hagen History Center is hoping that the businesses along Main Street might plant some sunflowers amongst the trees. I know Funk and Junk did it by accident last year, and it looked like they were kind of right along with that. Also, where the Welcome to Girard signs are, I think we're going to put in, Hagen History Center will put in some, 2 nice stalks on either side, so they grow up with the sign there throughout the season.
Yellow ribbons around it look nice too.
Yeah, they already have 2 weddings planned at the Yellow House during sunflower season. So, it was very good.
I don't think you can emphasize it enough.
Yeah.
I think we ought to get the word out there and maybe make it a part of Dan Rice Day's advertising.
Yeah.
You know, call it Dan Rice Day and Sunflower Festival or something like that. But it's spectacular. I mean, it really is.
I'd like to point out that Mayor Burton is also president of our Chamber of Commerce. So he's a moving force, also a member of the board of the Haiti History Center. So, Mayor Burton, I think you'll be in the middle of promotions.
People are dying to meet him too.
There is that.
That's all I have, thank you.
But yeah, we definitely need to capitalize on that, for sure.
Yeah, the chamber will be looking at this. Okay, let's move on to our council member comments. Jim, you have anything you'd like to share?
I was wondering, we taking any of the streets down on Rice Avenue yet? I don't know, okay. Sue was questioning when we're gonna do that.
That a bid will go out in the spring.
Okay. That's all.
Jim?
Kind of tail along with Mr. Schellenberg there. There's also state law about parking in the right direction on roads, and for some reason, we don't have an ordinance, but I don't know why the state law doesn't supersede that. Joe, is that?
It does.
It does, right? So I don't know why we don't enforce parking in the right direction. You come down some of these dark roads and, cars park out you and there's no red light coming, you don't really see the cars, rain days and stuff, so. If it's a law, I don't know why we don't enforce it.
I guess you'd have to ask the chief.
Oh, I've asked them.
Oh.
We don't have, we said we don't have a law, and I said, I don't think that matters.
I can tell you they enforce it, because I got a ticket one time for parking in the wrong.
Yeah, actually, somebody asked me about that today because they were parked the wrong way. She's like, "Can you get a ticket for that?" I'm like, probably, but I don't think anybody's gonna come around.
It's a state
I don't know
law.
how it
It is a state law then? Yeah, he just said it over.
Quite a
It
while.
trumps everything, so.
That's all I have.
Good.
I have nothing.
Actually, you put it in the,
West County Paramedics?
I wasn't able to attend,
Yeah,
and at our next meeting, we'll be bringing the budget forward, so I'll have a report on that at our next council.
you're aware that they have a rescue dog?
Yeah, that they're
Yeah, Winnie.
bringing her, she's winning, and she's a big attraction, and,
That therapy, also a therapy dog.
but she's housed permanently out there. So they're excited about that. This Saturday, you said, I went to a banquet, they have the Rescue Dog Association here. It started in Erie, it's in 38 states, and I think now 4 or 5 countries. They started here in Erie. And these are dogs that have to go through, and they have to pass, and they bring them into hospitals, old folks home. It's not the person who has their own dog. It's these dogs, and they're well trained. And that's a pretty good organization. I'm really impressed that we've been going to the banquet for quite a few years. And I don't have to.
Just want to add with that parking on the wrong side, Rob put that in the water bill last month about parking on the wrong side.
I knew I saw that somewhere.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna have to have my wife give me reports on water bill.
Yeah, you gotta look at the bill once in a while. Actually read it.
I was just letting everybody know they did put up the decorations today for the Christmas. Peter, you can throw it again. And they're gonna light it up, tomorrow, I think. But thank you to the people who donated for those decorations.
Do you have names of those people?
What's
or-
that?
Are those,
No,
no, anonymous?
anonymous.
Anonymous.
So
donors.
thank you.
Okay, thank you. Doc, anything? Nothing for us? Jeannie, you don't have anything, right?
No, I thought George was, what's your list? You got a list?
I just, can you hear me?
Done.
Is that your list?
That's
You
it.
done?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, never mind.
I got a list for you, but I don't.
Oh, yeah, I figured that.
Doc, you want to?
Yeah, I want you to know that the lighting that we're doing now for Christmas and everything is not done with taxpayers' money. It's all for
Yeah, we just mentioned the donations,
and donations.
anonymous donations.
Yeah. I just want to make sure everybody knows that.
Okay, thank you. Jean?
Okay, just to remind everybody, Santa will be coming on the 28th. Santa's at 4:30, is gonna go through Girard, and then we'll be stopping out here in front of the park and turn the lights on for Main Street and everything, and then go over to the fire hall where the rec board is gonna be having a party for the kids to see Santa and do their wish list.
Do we have time for turning on the lights? 5:30, is it?
Court is 6, I have.
mending the switches, we turn them all on at the same time, if I remember right.
Right.
Yeah.
Then also the chamber luncheon is December 10th at noon at the Girard Alliance Church.
Depending on whether, Rob, we'd like to invite the, Public Works.
17.
17.
So,
We have 17?
did you email a reservation?
No.
No,
I
I
think,
don't think
I'll
it's
take it.
anything.
Yeah, we have a deadline on that, December third.
I'll take it.
RSVPs.
And then if Dennis would check for me with the railroad, would you ask if we're on the list? Remember to clean out where the canal was down through there, just to find out if we're on the list. I know they're not gonna be doing it now. What I'm saying, when we get the other thing up, it'd be nice to have that cleaned out over there. And I just wanna make sure we,
Get the other thing up.
well, the one that goes in the park, just explains about the canal. That's all it was, okay? On Dan Rice, is he coming to Girard? Are we digging him up or?
Actually, Rob gave me a great niece's contact information, and, so it's still a work in progress.
It's still in progress.
Could happen.
Okay. And then also, did we get a notice that we have another representative from Girard? What was that, liquid fuel, what is that, liquid fuel?
Yeah.
It's,
But it's, yeah, no,
we're supposed to have another person from Girard to be,
Didn't send an invitation.
you haven't gotten anything that
That'd be
appoint,
from the MPO.
yeah, you haven't gotten anything about Girard?
No, because, yeah, council would need to appoint somebody.
Right,
They haven't, where did you hear about that, Doc?
was that our
that's
meeting?
our last PCBA meeting.
So they're definitely doing that, or
Yeah,
They haven't voted, I don't think they voted on it yet.
they didn't vote on it yet?
oh, they didn't vote on it?
I think it's still in discussion
Oh, because of Wesleyville?
and others. Erie's losing votes as well, I don't think they're happy with it.
Okay. All right, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. I have a couple things, Saturday, November 22nd, this Saturday, we'll be having an event at the Lake City Community Center, which is the old post office in Lake City. And it's a community, workshop. We'll be, distributing about 100 bags of groceries. And, there'll be a number of, organizations there explaining, what they do for the community. And, that'll be 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock in Lake City this Saturday. We'll be setting up for that, setting up the table and chairs, Friday morning. I'll be helping with that. We mentioned our 2 new members to council, and I'll be working with them on a couple of training sessions that involve webinars provided by the Pennsylvania State Association of Boroughs. Those will be December 2nd and December 14th. The first session, those 2 sessions will be introduction to local government. And then on December 17th, we'll be doing it again, and that'll be rules of council. And of course, I'll have a long list of things that I'd like to add to all of this myself. Just trying to help bring you up to speed on some things.
Are you doing it, or does John Gross go do that, or no?
I'll be doing that, yes. Dee?
You just said the second and the 14th, the
So, I
second and
think-
the fourth, right?
The second one, second and fourth,
Okay.
and
I thought you
the
just said
third one is
14th.
December 17th. And Jeff, you might have a conflict on the second,
Yeah, the second, fourth's good, and then the other one's fine.
so you're thinking you can't make the second?
Correct.
Okay, so we'll have to decide if Dee and I, maybe we'll do the second, and then I'll do that session with Jeff when he's available. It'll, because there will be a video available a week after the webinar. So it could be done. And maybe if you would like to change the second to another date, maybe the 3 of us could coordinate that instead. It'd be a week later, at least a week later.
Yeah, the second's kind of like 50-50.
Okay,
We can change it any moment.
just, okay, let's know.
Is there-
We'll plan on a second until we hear from you.
Alright.
Does it work?
Is
Does it
there,
work?
sorry, is there still a multiple choice test question at the end?
There will be testing and it will be, there will be detention for those that aren't good students that.
There's no pass fail?
We'll see about that one, too. We just don't know.
We don't give you the answers, so don't ask.
Does everybody get the same test?
No.
Well,
You get the hard one.
I hope it'll be worthwhile for you, because just let me say, it's more than just one meeting a month, how's that? A lot more than that. So, we'll start with that. Anybody have anything else? We could take a short recess and then, we'll go into executive session, to discuss some personnel financial.